What the hell do you have us chasing?
Duck, cover, duck, cover, duck, cover, duck, cover, duck, cover, duck, cover.
Welcome back, everybody. Lamont, Tyson. This is going to be my Welcome to Derry, Season 1, Episode 4 trailer breakdown. And as I always like to do, I like to just kind of make 2 or 3 recalls of what happened in this previous episode. And I think that one of the most iconic moments of this entire series so far was this moment right here.
Who are you?
Pennywise act Dick hollering, "Who are you?" It kind of felt like he was a bit intrigued, maybe even curious about this man's abilities. Pennywise was like, "How the F can you do this?" is kind of what I'm looking at him thinking. And some other thoughts I have for this season, I just love the way that they are not rushing this. To me, that doesn't feel like there have been any fillers in this whole season. It's like a slow burn. We still haven't really seen Pennywise in the form that we normally see him. And then to actually think that Shaw and the military would try to weaponize a demonic creature from space to fight in the wars. Just nuts. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get into this review and break everything down, scene by scene, clip by clip. And we open this thing up with Halloran about to look like he's going to use his shining abilities, or one of those kids that have been at the fence. Kid looks like he's probably of the native persuasion, has something to do with Rose. And I think that Halloran is about to perform what he doesn't know, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be a man-a-trois, basically a 3-man menage-a-trois. And for those of you that don't like cussing, close your ears. This is about to be a 3-way man fucking, because Halloran is looking like he's going to try to invade this guy's mind with his shining power. But what he doesn't know is that his mind is probably going to be invaded by Pennywise. So that's what it looks like is going on here. And then we see Shaw talking to my man Leroy, and I think that they are outside this window looking in. And Shaw, he knows what's going on. He knows exactly what the hell is going on at this point, but he's still kind of leaving Leroy dangling in the wind. And then we get back and we see Halloran, man, when dudes start putting fingers on heads. Y'all remember Professor X? When he really is about to mind F you, he starts putting fingers on heads. And folks, in this trailer, he's going to get more intense than just the fingers on the head. And then it looks like we've got Lily maybe leaving Juniper Hill. I think the loony bin for Loony Lily, she's leaving Juniper Hill. And then we've got the racist cop. He looks like he's in his office. He's talking to someone. Because of what I've seen in this trailer already, I bet you he's talking to the finest woman on this show, Charlotte. Post your comments, let me know what you think about her and if that's who he's talking to. Then we got what looks to be Will, maybe his daddy out here fishing. And yes, it is Will. Now, Will, you see this giant fish coming up to you, my brother. And he's getting closer. Most of the time, Will, fish, they don't come swimming their little punk asses toward the humans. They run. And you want to look in there and take a look at this giant ass goldfish. And ladies and gentlemen, of course, it's Pennywise pulling him in. And this is a real pull. This is not no imagination, because I think that the way it's showing it, this is a real person pulling Will in. And he's even got his fishing line. Damn, Pennywise. Can the dude leave his bait up there? And you see Will is getting sucked in. And then we get to a clip where we've got Halloran and them shining powers is about to take over his brain, just like when Professor X gets a little too over the top or something gets to be too intense. He gives him a migraine. It looks like Halloran is having a migraine. And then we got my girl Charlotte. And she is sitting across from the table from Veronica's daddy. And basically, I think what's going on with her, because she's not qualified to do any of these other jobs, she's a freedom fighter. And she's comes from a place where, as black people during this era, we had to fight for our freedom. And she's trying to help this man get out of prison so he don't go to Shawshank. And she's asking him where he's been at. And there's a lot of debate about where he was at. Some people think he was in this black juke joint that's in the lure of this story. But if you start thinking and digging deeper, ladies and gentlemen, think about it like this. What would cause a black male in the 60s to completely lie and risk going to jail and then risk going to Shawshank? I think we've got an Emmett Till situation, except for Emmett Till was innocent. And I think this guy was getting into panty draws, doing monkey double backflips with a white lady. Post your comments on what you think is going on with him. But that's about the only thing I can think that you'd be willing to risk your freedom is if you are cheating on some white guy's some white guy's wife, and that would probably be instant death versus you going to trial and jail. Then we get Leroy. He's talking to Shaw, and he's like, bruh, okay, it's time for you to stop lying to me. What the hell is going on? And Shaw knows, but Shaw is a little afraid to tell Leroy because he needs Leroy. Post your comments on what you think is going to happen to Shaw. Is Pennywise going to eventually get Shaw before this season is over? Oh, hell. It's about to get deep now. Hollering is damn near making the baby alien face for old boy. When aliens jump out the womb and they grab your face, that's what Hollering is doing to this Native American brother. And this is about to get real deep. I mean, Lord have mercy. And as you see in the video, Hollering had to increase his shining power, and my Native American brother is up here shaking so much you see his damn teeth. Lord have mercy. What horrors are we seeing in this boy's brain? Now, keep in mind, I think he is related to Rose somehow, some way. And Rose knows everything. She knows the whole lure. And I guarantee you, he knows it. And Hollering is probably about to learn all of it. And he might even learn that Shaw was involved too. Post your comments. Let me know what you think. Then we got Marge. And in my last trailer breakdown, I reminded you guys the season trailer breakdown showed Marge with a patch on her eye. Well, folks, I think Pennywise is coming to get Marge ass, because Marge is looking in that mirror and her ass is crying. She's holding her eye. I don't even want to know what they're going to do to this girl's eye. Are they just going to make it pop out? Are they going to make it go backwards in her head and then she swallow it and poop it out? What are they going to do? And then you see her glasses hit the ground. Boy, Lord have mercy. Post your comments. Let me know what you think. And then we see my main man, Will, being attempted to be drowned. I'm assuming he gets up out of there because the next scene we see him and his fine ass mama hugging and embracing. And she looked like she is shook. And now this is not the same scene where Will is in the water, because this is a completely different outfit. So did something happen that spooked her that she actually seen with Will? I think that we'll see something at the end of this trailer that made me think that Mom might have seen what had happened. And then we go back to Hollering seeing his grandma. And I think this is just Pennywise playing around with his head. And then at that pond where Will was fishing, we get our first little glimpse. Pennywise making his claim, dropping that damn ugly ass devil's balloon. And then in the very end, we see Pennywise figurette shadow. It looks like it's on the road, and that looks like it could be shadows of trees. Could Pennywise have actually popped up at Will's house, and this is why his mama is hugging him, and she looked like she's seen a ghost too? Post your comments. Let me know what you think. Folks, that's going to do it. This season is so good. I'm really enjoying it. I encourage you to tell your friends to watch it, but more importantly, tell your friends to come check out the reviews me and my brother B. Avery are doing from Just My Opinion Reviews channel. If you find me on Instagram or TikTok, please come on over to the Lamont Tyson YouTube channel and check out some of the entertaining things that we cover. That's going to do it for this video. Don't forget to like the video, comment, subscribe. Till that next sexy as hell review, I'll see you.